Hi, it's Robin from Red Robin Crafts. In this video, I'd like to show you how you can whip stitch two pieces of felt together so that the stitching can't be seen from the front of your work. An example can be found in my Hickory Dickory Dock pattern, where you can see here behind the clock door, I've stitched the hinges onto the front of the door, but I didn't want my stitches to be seen from the front here. I wanted them to be hidden. So I whip stitched those hinges on so that they could be hidden from the front. I'll show you how it's done. So I've just got some sample felt here. Imagine this is the back of my piece and I don't want my stitches to be seen from the front. And then this here is the piece that I want to attach to it. So all I'm going to need is obviously my two pieces of felt, a piece of thread to stitch. I'm using contrasting colours. You will no doubt, in fact, I would highly recommend if you're wanting it to be invisible, you would match your thread as closely as possible to your background piece of felt. That way, just in case some stitches do sneak through to the front, they'll be hidden just by virtue of their colour. So what you're going to do to start off, I've knotted the end of my thread here, so put a knot in yours too. You're going to start off by using the piece that you're wanting to stitch to your background piece and just pass it from the back through to the front and let that knot be caught on the back there. Then place it down onto your background piece. And the secret here is to just take a few strands of the felt fibres. That's the secret. So really what I'm trying to do is split this background piece of felt in half so that I'm just taking the felt fibres closest to this side and I'm not picking up the ones on the front. I'll show you what I mean. Oops. So I'm just going to pick up a few fibres. I'm making sure that my needle didn't go all the way to the front there. You can see that my needle hasn't passed through the front, but it's just picked up a few fibres there on the back, and then I've continued to pass it through my the piece that I'm wanting to attach. Now on this piece, if it's not going to be seen from the front at all, then you can take as much of this as you like. So pass the needle through the front and back of this one so that it's nicely secured. Pull your needle through, there's your first whip stitch. And then I'm going to repeat that again. So just take a few fibres from the front of your background piece, pass it front to back through the attachment piece, like that. The secret here is to keep your stitches quite small, and of course just to grab a few fibres just from the top of that background piece of felt. And then you'll see if I flip it over, you can't see any of my stitches at all there on the front, and I'm using a bright yellow thread. Had any of my stitches passed through, you really would have noticed it through on that side. So that's how you whip stitch. And then of course finish it off as you would any other stitching. Pass your needle under that last stitch that you made, pull it through to create a loop, pass your needle through the loop. That'll make a nice knot for you. And then trim your thread. There it is, nice and neat. And that way you can create this look where you can see, or more to the point, you can't see the stitches here from where I attached my hinge pieces. I hope that helps. If you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like, and happy crafting!